All right, so I'm being told that our CBS News campaign reporter Adam Brewster is there now in Winterset, Iowa. You have been at that watch party, Adam, hosted by the local Democratic Party. Tell me what voters there during those commercial breaks were telling you. What do they have to say? What do they like?
Yeah, Elaine, we didn't have a ton of time to talk to them in the commercial breaks. It was very quick. But what we were able to get, a lot of people were very excited about Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg. One person told me they liked when Buttigieg spoke about his faith. That's something that's done well for Democrats in Iowa. The state auditor who won a statewide race last year, he talked a lot about his faith. And we've heard people here say that they want Democrats to talk about that. They don't want Republicans to own that issue. We've heard a few people say they like Joe Biden, that they've liked Joe Biden, that they're still with him. They're not necessarily committed to supporting him, but they like Joe Biden. He did have an interesting exchange with Kamala Harris when she asked him about the busing issue. You heard some people say, "No, Joe," when she challenged him and he defended his record. Another person who came up was Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. A difference of opinion. Some people liked her feistiness. They thought that she seemed like a fighter. Another person said that they didn't like how she was interrupting, and they didn't like that demeanor.
Interesting. Any other moments, Adam, that, were maybe not when they were actually talking to you directly, but an ooh or ah or oh moment as you were sitting there watching this really feisty debate?
Sure. I think a lot of the one-liners got a laughs. There was definitely a moment. There were a lot of claps during the healthcare exchange, and a lot of claps at points where people talked about guns. Mm-hmm. Those were some of the big moments that drew reactions. Those drew reactions last night. I was in Ames, Iowa, a different area, a little more blue area. This is a redder area. Mm-hmm. Republicans have won this state, or won this county, I should say, the last several cycles. I talked to one woman who's a health insurance agent who said she doesn't know what the right answer is on universal health care, but she knows that there needs to be some type of solution. She thinks Medicare is the best type of care, but she doesn't know how you pay for Medicare for all.
Really interesting, Adam, to hear the perspective of voters there. Adam Brewster, CBS News campaign reporter in Winterset, Iowa. Adam, thank you so much. Let's check in with our other CBS News 2020 campaign reporter on duty for us, Musadiq Bidar. He joins me from Des Moines, Iowa, where he is at a watch party for undecided caucus goers. All right, so Musadiq, tell us about what voters there have been talking to you about. What are they paying most attention to?
Elaine, the biggest issue for voters tonight here was the question of age. A lot of people were talking about whether or not they want a generational change, and that is something that came up a few times. People have a lot of respect here for Vice President Biden for the work he's done, but one thing that came up over and over again is that they want somebody new. The room erupted in cheers here when Representative Eric Swalwell said that, asked Vice President Biden to pass the torch, and people laughed at that, they cheered for it, and they liked it. So it came up a few times that it's time for somebody new, and a lot of undecided caucus goers here appreciated that, and it's something that stuck out for me.
And so with Joe Biden, I mean, so you said folks there said they like him, but it's time for someone new. What else did they kind of react to over the course of the debate where maybe they weren't kind of sharing their feelings with you directly, but you could tell by their reactions they were definitely engaged with whatever was taking place on the debate stage?
They were very much engaged. I saw a lot of people taking notes, multiple pages of notes on the different issues candidates were discussing. And a few people I spoke with afterwards discussed the immigration issue. They thought it was very important to them. But at the end of the day, everybody afterwards and during commercial breaks that I've spoken with said that the most important issue for them is unseating President Trump. One woman told me that she would support her dog if it came down to it at the end of the day. So it's something that is at the forefront of everyone's minds. Is they say that whether it's Vice President Biden or Senator Harris or whoever the Democratic nominee ends up being, they will end up supporting them. But they're hungry to be sold on a candidate. And at the end of tonight, folks here told me that they still haven't made up their mind. They don't know who they're going to buy. And it's the next few months are going to be interesting for them as they hear more and more candidates come through here.
All right, so great to have their perspective. Musadiq Bidar, thank you for bringing that to us. Really appreciate it. CBS News campaign reporter for us in Des Moines, Iowa.